My name is Schmidt, and I thought I was living the life. My best friend Jenko and I have known each other for years, and we would always go on awesome adventures together. No matter what it was, longboarding breezily in our neighborhoods, playing pool together, basking in nature's glory, and even catching up on all the homework we've been slacking off on. Everything was great. Life wasn't too stressful nor too dull. Life was pretty good. But life isn't always a happy story, and one day, my life changed. Something happened. We had a fight, and I couldn't understand what he was talking about. Arguments with his parents, or his parents arguing with each other. And something about him, his sleeping schedule being messed up, I don't even know. Something was wrong with Jenko, and I couldn't understand it. It just wasn't the happy days anymore. I didn't know why he couldn't move on and just think of happier things. Why would he let these troubles take over his life? Why can't he just forget about them? He started coming to school less and less. He said that in our fight that I could just never understand the intensity of what he was going through. He told me that I just didn't get it, and I never even came close to thinking about how life is like in his perspective. That I could never think of anyone except for myself. What he first mentioned in our fight, I thought was no big deal, but now that I think about it, I'm second guessing myself. Now I'm worried for Jenko, and I miss him being around. I can't stop thinking about what he said to me. How bad is the situation? How bad is it that he can't even bear coming to school? How bad of a friend am I? Last night, I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning the entire night, and I would wake up sweating. I felt super odd that morning. Everything was blurry and I was dizzy. When I grabbed my bag to go to school, I saw the strangest thing. I was in a hurry to rush out my door, but the minute I opened it, Jenko's rugged shoes were suddenly laying on my front step. They hadn't been there yesterday, nor weeks before. Suddenly, in that moment, I remember that people would always tell me to envision the world in other people's shoes. I might have taken that a bit too literally, and I decided to put on his shoes. Now what I envisioned next to happen was not exactly what did go down. I felt myself suddenly morphing into like another person's body, and I didn't even feel like myself any longer. Suddenly, everything became hazy, blurry, and then non-existent. The pictures began to come back, but I wasn't in front of my house anymore. I was in Jenko's world. I would have never imagined for a billion years that Jenko's life would be like the images I saw. A sharp noise of glass shattering, and with tons of pills and empty bottles lying around. It was dark in his life, not as bright as how I would have imagined. I was relieved when I saw that he was outside away from this chaos. However, I began to realize more of where Jenko was walking to. He was walking towards a bridge that he would always longboard or bike past, the bridge that he would always stare at when he passed by it. What was he doing? What was he thinking? I needed to stop him. I needed to stop him. After having seen Jenko's perspective, I finally understood what he was talking about. I realized that despite all the fun Jenko and I had together when we hung out, there was still much more to him hidden inside his world. Beneath the surface, there was always much more to a person that we can't realize.